The fundamentals of using generative AI. So how does it work? There are two main machine learning concepts that generative AI uses. The first one is generative adversarial networks, or GANs. This is technology that's capable of generating visual or multimedia outputs from both image and language inputs. So this is what DALL-E, Midjourney, and Stable Diffusion uses, and we will be covering that in the first part of our course. The second type of generative AI are transformer-based models, and this is technology like GPT, which stands for Generative Pre-trained Language Models, and it leverages internet-led data to generate textual material. And this can be the form of websites, articles, press releases, white papers, and even code. So the use cases of generative AI are you can use it to generate images for illustrations. You can also create image to photo conversions as well as image to image generation. This is the form of generative AI selfies, as well as colorization, photo enhancement and enlarging, and other sort of photo manipulation techniques. On the transformer side, there is text generation and coding, two of the main use cases of GPT and other transformer-based models. So here are some examples of image generation. The two on the left are done in DALL-E. The first one is a fish in a bowl, and you can see the prompt that led to this image below it, a 3D render of a cute tropical fish in an aquarium on a dark blue background. And they want it to be digital art. And the second one is a high quality photo of a monkey astronaut. Both of these were generated using DALL-E's technology. And then on the right, you can see two images of Midjourney. And the first one described a mid-century kitchen with a blue background that looks very European in nature. And the second one describes a man with the sunrise behind his head, reflecting water in the morning. And these are images that show more of an artistic side because the generative AI that's generating these images is tuned more to generate artwork. On the text generation and coding side, you can see on the left, the prompt is, can you write me a 300-word essay from the perspective of Steve Jobs about the launch of an iPhone? And you can see how the AI generates a letter almost that is written from the perspective of Steve Jobs. This is taking all the information that's available on the internet, which currently at the point of recording is anytime before 2021. And you can see the letter is formatted correctly and quite good. This is from reading all of the text that the AI can find about Steve Jobs and his writing style, and then formalizing that into a language that is resemblant of Steve Jobs. On the right, you can see the coding generation aspect, where I asked it to write me code in Python to parse addresses from a text file, and it writes a Python script using regex. This is also from code on the internet, and the most likely source of this is Stack Overflow or maybe even GitHub code. And it formalizes that into a format that it can spit out a piece of working code that will parse an address from a text file. One thing to note is that the code might not be exactly what you're looking for, so you most likely will need to make a couple edits to make it work for you. So if you're keep watching, and we're going to talk about how to actually generate these in the next video.